Feel like a superstar?
What?
Hardly.
9 touchdowns last week. Had to be pleased with that.
Yeah, it was a good start. It really was. Keaton played a nice game, and the execution really honestly wasn't as good as we wanted it to be, and we got a lot of improving to do there. But it was really good to see guys get under the lights and shine the way that they did. And some guys made some really nice plays, some tough catches, and thought the offensive line, started off the season well, showed that physicality that we're going to need as we move forward. So it was a good start.
For the offense, I guess, with Nick getting to play this week and things, it kind of, I guess in some ways, a little bit like a season opener all over again.
Oh, for sure for Nick. But I think for the rest of the guys, no. I think this is a big opportunity for our team to improve. I mean, improving from game 1 to game 2 is a big deal, and fortunately, everybody but Nick got that opportunity. So I look for everybody to have big strides this week and kind of settle down a little bit and execute a little bit better, be a little bit more detailed. And then Nick's experienced enough that I think that he'll be able to fit right in there and get off to a great start himself.
I was about to say, do you worry about butterflies for Nick against a Kansas State instead of like a Stephen F. Austin?
I would assume there's butterflies. It's like you said, it's his first game of the year. I hope there's butterflies. That's why we play the game. We love the game, and so. But I think his experience will settle in quickly. I doubt that it'll be bigger. Too big for Nick. He's experienced a lot in his career, and he's a humble guy. He's a focused guy, and I think he's just ready to rock and roll. He's probably going to have his spikes laced up first before anybody else.
When you put the lineup together for the first game, 3 first-time starters emerged at the receiver positions. Now, what did those guys do to earn that status in camp?
Honestly, for that group, it was, in entirety, for Osiris and Austin, I just thought that they got better every single day. They came out of it. We did a great job of kind of keeping the production from everybody, and we gave everybody a really good opportunity with equal reps, and those guys were the most productive 2 guys in our group. And then Guidry, did a really nice job of, someone who missed all of spring. I thought he caught on really well. He kind of surprised me, honestly, how well he caught on, and I think he gives us a different element. So those 3 guys that we feel really good about. And don't get me wrong, I feel, we have 6 or 7 guys in our room that we feel we can put out there and have success. So, that's a little bit of a luxury that we have.
Does that include Malik Deer and Jamal Couch, because they didn't get any action the first game?
Yeah, the first game, that was just the opportunities. They honestly were about to go in the third quarter, and the opportunities with the way the score went, I felt like this was an opportunity to get some young guys in there that worked their tails off, and we took advantage of that opportunity.
The big plays that Osiris made, did you see that from him during camp, those big plays?
Oh yeah, he has stood out, honestly. He's worked his tail off, and his mentality and everything has grown so much. He's maturing every day. From where he was in the spring to where he is now is light years ahead. And he's still got a lot of growing to do, because he's a young pup, and but there's a lot in there, and I look forward to getting the most out of him as this season continues to go.
Looking ahead to Kansas State, that was one of the nation's worst pass defenses a year ago, and they gave up 257 yards, I think, to South Dakota, an FCS team. Is that something where you look in film and you say there's going to be some mismatches for us to exploit?
To be honest with you, no. I mean, when I look at that film, I see a defense that is very fundamentally sound, and they don't really, they squeeze you. They're going to be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. So, I think this is going to be a really good challenge for us, honestly. They are as disciplined a football team and as physical a football team as I think we'll play, and I think this presents a really good challenge for us. It's kind of the next step.
12 guys catching balls last week. Did that surprise you a little bit, or was that expected?
I don't know if it's expected, but this offense is built around that. It really is. It's the luxury that we have in this offense of being able to distribute the ball to a bunch of different people, whether it's running the football or throwing the football. I think the history of the offense speaks for itself. Having multiple people have success within one season, that's kind of what makes this thing go. It really does. So it doesn't allow defenses to, focus their attention on one person. So expecting 12 people, that's a lot, but we're definitely going to distribute the ball every week.
Coach Moorhead said that he expects a running back to Kylan Hill had the most carries of the running backs. He had 9. He expects that probably to go up as the season goes on. Do you kind of see a similarity with the wide receivers? Do you expect some of those guys to get 5 or more catches as opposed to the leading receiver having only 2?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I think that's natural progression as the season goes. You start to settle in. Guys get the hot hand. Guys are getting the groove. And, I think that naturally happens. You know, you settle on 1 and 2 running backs, and you settle on 3 or 4 receivers, and but we're in no hurry to determine that yet. I think we still got really good competition going on every day, and guys driving every single day to try to be that person. So we're by no means chasing that, but I think that will naturally happen as the season goes.
Even though you're not in a hurry to find that out, do you think a hot hand can be found in a game as soon as week 2?
Sure, but then the next week it might be completely different, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, I think different defenses pose different opportunities. And so, you know, how we're going to build our game plan is going to be predicated more on how we can attack them more than necessarily just one specific person on this team. So everything's kind of built through the quarterback, and then everything goes off from there. And I would anticipate that, you know, we're going to have weeks where it's going to change rather than it's going to be one guy that we're going to ride every single week.